Outside Corellian space, aboard the Star Destroyer Jacen Solo.
It wasn't exactly guilt that kept Jacen awake night after night. Rather, it was an awareness that he should feel guilty, but didn't quite. Jacen leaned back in a chair comfortable enough to sleep in, its leather as soft as blue butter, and stared at the stars. The blast shields were withdrawn from the oversized viewport of his private office, and the chamber itself was dark, giving him an unencumbered view of space. Behind his chair, a lightsaber came to life with its characteristic snap hiss, and the office was suddenly bathed in blue light. Jacen was on his feet before the intruder's blade had been fully extended, his own lightsaber in hand, thumbing its blade to light, gesturing with his free hand to direct the Force to sweep his chair out of the way. When it was clear, he could look upon the intruder. She was small enough that the chair had concealed all but the tip of her glowing weapon. On the other side of the desk stood his mother, Leia Organa Solo. But she did not carry her own lightsaber. Jacen recognized it by its hilt, its color. It was the lightsaber Mara Jade Skywalker had carried for so many years. Luke Skywalker's first lightsaber, Anakin Skywalker's last lightsaber. Leia wore brown Jedi robes, and her hair was down, loose. She held her lightsaber in a two-handed grip, point up and hilt back, ready to strike. "Hello, Mother. Have you come to kill me?" She nodded. "I have." "I don't think so. I'm prepared for any tactic, any ploy you're likely to use." "Likely to use? Don't you know that the whole book of tactics changes when the attacker has chosen not to survive the fight?" Her face twisted into a mask of anger and betrayal. She released her grip on the lightsaber hilt with her left hand and reached out, pushing. Jacen felt the sudden buildup of Force energy within her. He twisted to one side. Her exertion in the Force would miss him. And then he realized too late that it was supposed to. The Force energy hurled past him and hit the viewport dead center, buckling it, smashing it out into the void of space. Jacen leapt away. If he could catch the rim of the doorway into the office, hold on there for a second or two it took for the blast shutters to close, he would not be drawn out through the viewport. But Leia's own leap intercepted his. She slammed into him, her arms wrapping around him, her lightsaber falling away. Together, they flew through the viewport. Jacen felt coldness cut through his skin and deaden it. He felt air rush out from his lungs, a death rattle no one could hear. He felt pain in his head behind his brow ridge from his eyes as they swelled and prepared to burst. And all the while, Leia's mouth was working as though she were still speaking. For one improbable moment, he wondered if she would talk forever, rebuking her son as they twirled dead throughout eternity. Then, as in those last seconds he knew he must, he awoke, once again seated in his comfortable chair, once again staring at the stars. A dream or ascending? He spoke aloud. "Was that you?" And he waited, half expecting Lumiya to answer, but no response came. He turned his chair around and found his office to be reassuringly empty. With a desktop control, he closed the blast shutters over his viewport. Finally, he consulted his chrono. 15 standard minutes had passed since the last time he checked it. He had at most 10 minutes of sleep. He put his booted feet up on the desktop, leaned back, and tried to slow his racing heart. And to sleep.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Random House Audio presents Star Wars: Legacy of the Force, Exile by Aaron Allston. Read for you by Marc Thompson.
Coruscant, Galactic Alliance Transportation Depot near the Jedi Temple.
The Beetle Nebula settled down to a landing on an elevated docking platform adjacent to the blue, mushroom-shaped transportation depot. The maneuver was smooth and gentle for a craft so large. At 200 meters, the Freebooter-class transport was an awkward-looking vessel anywhere but in space. From above, she looked like a crescent moon, bisected by a knife blade, the blade point oriented in the same direction as the crescent tips. And her wide, curved stern put observers in mind more of fat-bottomed banthas than of sleek, stylish vessels of war. But that wide stern could carry large volumes of personnel and materiel, and in the moments after the ship settled onto her landing pylons, a dozen loading ramps came down and began disgorging streams of uniformed soldiers, many on leave, others riding repulsor lift-based medical gurneys, being guided to hospitals. From a much smaller platform 50 meters from the Beetle Nebula's starboard bow, Jedi Master Kip Durin watched the event unfold. Kip saw the Jade Shadow on an approach angle straight toward him. The craft approached the depot at a speed slightly faster than safe, then rapidly decelerated and dropped to a smooth repulsor lift landing atop the platform, mere meters from Kip. Soon enough, the boarding ramp descended, and down trotted Luke Skywalker and Mara Jade Skywalker. Kip offered a smile and extended a hand to Luke. "Grandmaster Skywalker." Luke took it. "Master Durin." "And Master Skywalker." Mara gave him a nod of greeting, but Kip detected a trace of irritation or impatience. "Master Durin." "Aunt Mara, hello, Kip. Master Durin." The voice was Jacen Solo's, and Kip looked up to see the diminutive Jedi at the top of the boarding ramp. "Jaina." Kip gave her a friendly nod. Giving Kip a brief smile, she returned her attention to Mara. "So, can I take Zek and Ben to the temple now?" Mara nodded. "I think so. Kip, any reason to delay?" "No." He glanced to the left, where the nearby Jedi temple was clearly visible just past the Jade Shadow's stern. Jaina turned around, and the boarding ramp lifted into place, concealing her. "How is Zek?" Kip asked. Mara looked unconcerned. "He'll make a full recovery. The surgeons on Hapes were very proficient, but he'll be out of action for a while." Her expression became concerned. "How many people know how it happened?" "Just me, for the moment." Kip gestured to the far side of the platform adjacent to the depot. "My speeder's over here." Once they were all moving toward his vehicle, he continued. "I was assigned the investigation on this one. All lightsaber accidents that caused any harm to a living being had to be looked into, and any master on duty at the temple might be randomly assigned the duty of investigation." Mara's face set. "Everybody who witnessed it said it was an accident." Kip nodded. "Of course, and Luke's report makes it pretty clear what happened. So I should dispense with our customs, not investigate it all, take the day off." They reached the platform edge, and Kip's airspeeder, a long, narrow yellow vehicle with comfortable seats in front and a back seat that looked as though it were scaled for children. Kip hopped into the pilot's seat and extended a gallant hand for Mara. She gave him an admonishing look and leapt past him into the front passenger seat. "No, of course not." She sat. "I'm just a little touchy about it, I suppose. My son has a lightsaber accident. Suddenly I feel the eyes of all the Jedi in the galaxy on me." Luke stepped into the back seat and settled behind Kip. "So, what is this all about?" Kip sank into the pilot's seat, activated the speeder, and pulled straight back in a speedy reverse, then put them within meters of the nearest cross-traffic stream. He swerved so he was pointed in the direction of the traffic stream's travel and accelerated, as though he were playing a Millennium Falcon simulator, to merge with the stream. "Chief Omis and Admiral Niathal wanted to see you on your return from Hapes. They asked me to bring you. You can opt out if timing isn't good." Mara gave him a puzzled frown. "Is this about what happened on Hapes?" "Sort of." Kip gave her a broad, trouble-loving smile. "This time, they want Luke to make Jacen a Jedi Master."
Outside the Corellian system, aboard the cargo vessel, breathed my jets.
Captain Uron Levint was an heir to the tradition of Han Solo.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?